that was a standout memory. And also my dad taking the piss out of me. When he came to visit, I showed him the dancing that I'd done. I showed him my dance and he laughed. So I asked Mum if she would see if there was another actual gymnastic club. And we had heard there was a Saturday morning gymnastics club at a place called Campion School in Leamington, which was the neighbouring town. And so she organised for me to go there and see if I could join that club. And that was the closest thing to gymnastics I'd ever done. They had mats and a horse which you could jump over and springboards. But for some reason, I couldn't join the club. I don't know what it was. And but I wasn't. They didn't have places, or they didn't have the facility. I don't know what the deal was, but what they recommended was there was a real gymnastics club in one of the neighbouring villages, Harbury. But the only thing was, it was an all-girls club. But I could train there if I wanted to. So I didn't really have anyone to talk to there. So there was no talking being done, but basically the gym class would last for about 2 hours, and we would do it maybe 3 days a week. And we learned the correct way to do handstands, forward rolls, backward rolls, stretching, walkovers, back bends, backwards walkovers. We learned some basics, and I used to kind of want to go, but kind of not want to go. And I used to get nervous before I went as well. It was always slightly uncomfortable being the only boy there, and because we didn't have much in common, really, for some reason. And so we didn't have the chats that they were having, and they were a bit shy around me to chat, and so it ended up just being work. And the kids would come to school the next day and say, "Oh, did you see Blake 7?" which was a sci-fi program that was on, which I really liked, and like everyone liked it. Everyone liked all the sci-fi shows back in the 70s. And they were always talked about at school, but I used to have to go to gymnastics on the nights when a few of these things were on, so I would miss them. And so I wasn't overly happy during that period, but I do recognise it gave me a great foundation for basic gymnastics. And I must have been about 7 and a half at this point, 6 and a half, 7. And then after about, I don't know how long, maybe a year, maybe, I have no idea. Mum got me an audition in the next city for Coventry Olympics Gymnastics Club.